on TikTok. Good morning, TikTok. Yo, yo, yo. Morning. Morning. Is it this one? There we go. We're on, guys. We're on. Straight away, camera's on. Fantastic. Right. Let me just clear these charts. Then we're going to get straight into it. And then we're going to get into a top-down analysis straight away on gold and NAS. We'll start off with gold. What I'm going to do, I'm going to clear my charts, and then I'm going to go. So I'm on a bit early today because I've got to go at 9 o'clock, you see. So we're going to do a full top-down analysis on gold and also NAS. Yeah. Welcome. If you join on TikTok, head over to YouTube, like and subscribe to the channel. If you're on YouTube and you haven't done so, like and subscribe to the channel. Our stats are absolutely smashed at the moment. We've got our logbook here. Nothing comes on the logbook without it being taken on stream. Okay. We're currently down for the month of November, but being away, we only took 2 trades or something. So 4 trades we've took. In October, we were up over 3% in October, and we were up for 1% in September. So we're doing really good on stream. Okay. Right, let's go straight into a top-down analysis. So I start off with a monthly time frame. I'll work my way all the way down. Once I start getting to the 4 hour, 3, 2 and 1, that's when I'm starting to look for my setups. Okay. Turn this here. But the top-down analysis is going to give us the general direction for the day. It's going to give us ideas, and we're going to be able to work out where our entries are once we do the top-down analysis. Okay. So monthly, very, very bullish. The monthly doesn't give us much info really. We're just still very bullish. We haven't created any structure whatsoever. So the monthly, we can't really go off anything with the monthly. All we know is the previous monthly was bullish. We've had a bottom wick and we've had a top wick. All we know. So it doesn't give us too much information. Now, then we drop down to the weekly. Now the weekly has created some structure for us, which is nice. We finally got some structure. We've got here and we've got here. So the range we're in now on the weekly is between this level, 4270, and between 3991. That's the range we're in on the weekly. And the way price works, obviously price bounces in between ranges. So now that we've created some ranges, we've bounced off this level. Where should we be going? Well, technically we should be coming up to retest this level. Okay. So, and if we're going to come up to retest that level, what would we want to see from this weekly candle? Well, what I would want to see is exactly what we're seeing now. So you had a bullish close, but you had a bullish close with no bottom wick, right? And then the new weeklies opened up, came down, created a bottom wick for us, and we're looking to flip on this weekly now to the upside. Now, this weekly flipping to the upside, it's now that it's done its top wick, yeah, I'm interested in buys up straight away off the weekly, because what I'm expecting this weekly to do is to flip and obviously fill the rest of the wick and push up with one candle. And the reason I know it can push up with one candle is because this one done exactly that. So it is at range we can push all the way straight through. Okay. So the weekly, in our head, we're remembering that we are bullish. We're bullish, we're flipping, we could push up to the upside. You could technically get a buy stop off the weekly and just have your stop loss below the weekly. Now, you're not expecting this weekly to flip. If this weekly is going to flip and drive to the upside, I can't really see it coming back down to this level. If it does come back down to this level, bear in mind we're on Wednesday, then we were just wrong. Okay, our analysis was just wrong. Okay, so the weekly looks really nice. Now on the daily, what happened on the daily? So we brought back into these ranges. The range on the daily is between, I would probably say that, where you've got taps here, you've got a rejection there, you've got rejection there, and then obviously bullish closure on the daily on that one. So that's good. Once you had that bullish close and then a bottom wick, you technically could have got buy stops above that daily as well. So what are we looking now? Well, we're looking for price to come up to fill the rest of the range. If not, break these highs at least. So how could I get in? Well, I can't really get in at the moment because we've had our bottom wick. We could have had a buy stop above to get in that way. So we need to go down the lower time frame. But still, I'm expecting this daily to drive up today. So if we go down, so now I'm starting to think, okay, I've got my bias, if you like. We're looking at we're bullish. We're not really interested in sells at the moment unless it's lower time frames. Now I'm starting to look for setup. So where's the next range? If the 6 closed doji, where did the 6 close? So the 6 for me closed nest play. So what a nest play is, if you haven't done my course, you break out to the upside and then you had a bearish close doji, but you're still above that zone, and then the next one opens up and pushes. That's what we've had now. So we've sort of missed that nest play. But where should we be pushing next? Well, it looks like price comes all the way up to these levels. So I would say this is quite a prominent support, and I would say price is going to come up to these levels. That's the next range. So what I'm looking at is I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this back up. I'm looking at this. So what we're saying is every time price is closed above this level, what's happened next? Well, it shows that prices came through all the way back through after being from the downside. We've only got 3 hairs to go. Now this is the tricky thing, when you're sort of all-time highs and you haven't got much area to go off, technically this is 100% of the time price pushes straight through to 4149, but it's only 100% of the time out of 3. 1, 2, 3. So yes, the probability is in regards to 100% of the time it does push through, but it's only happened out of 3. So this is where you've got to work out and go, okay, what am I willing to risk to see if I'm right? You know, the tricky thing is now with these is when we close above here, we don't get any pullbacks. Price can just keep going. So now that's off the 6 hour, so we're gonna have to go down the time frame to see how do we get in. Let's have a look at the 4s. So the 4s closed heavily bullish. I had a wing back buy the day from here and I missed it. That would have been lovely. So what I'm looking at, where have we closed above there? Let's see if we can adjust these. What happens when the 4 hours close above this level? We had a 4 hour close above and then we drove up. We had a 4 hour close above. This is similar here and here, where we've closed similar. Maybe here, and we pull back. Yeah, it's not very ideal, that one. What I do know though is there is a minor support level now around here on the 4, which we haven't tapped. It is just a minor support level. The 4 hasn't filled the range. Could we get a bottom wick down to these levels? I'm not sure. I think we're going to flip and drive here. If the forward closed above here, we'd be looking at more buys up to fill the rest of the range. The issue we've got is the range we're in at the moment is back above. As well. Yeah, that's the range we're in. Now we are actually between here and here. That's the range we're in. So technically we should be coming up to fill the rest of the range. Right? But the issue we've got, you have got a minor support level here. But it's actually starting to become a bit prominent. And we haven't filled it. We haven't tapped it yet. So what does that mean? Well, Normally when price stop shorts and doesn't tap it, it can catch you out, because what it might do is bottom wick and then it might flip and drive straight through. But how steep is the bottom wick going to be? That's what we need to work out. How steep is this bottom wick going to be? I think if we can come back down to this level on the 4, I might be interested in a wing back buy. So if this 4 can pop down for us, tap, we take a buy in order for price to flip, pull and fill the rest of the range. But I'm not sure it's going to pull back that far. It doesn't really have to. You've got another level here where price closed respecting, bullish, and then we pulled back, and then we flipped, carried on to the upside. So if we could get a pullback to sort of around this level, I'd be interested in a wing back buy. Stop would only need to be below this level in case you do pop further down. So that's something we could be interested in. Above the low. Potential second entry. So we've got a potential entries from around these levels if we can pull down. Here's the thing though, guys, if price comes up and taps this, then it's going to be difficult catching anything, because this is a zone, yes. You do tend to come over. Yeah, so if price taps 41009 without coming back down, the wing backs, I'm probably done with gold today. Okay, now we're only on the forward, remember, right? We'll go down the time frames, but that's what we're seeing off the forward. So sometimes when you're doing a top-down analysis, you might not see anything until you get to the 1 hour, and then you're looking at your setups on the 1. So that's going to tell you what time frame your setups are going to be on. So straight away, we've got potential setups from the forward time frame. Now, if we go down the lower time frame, we know this forward can do anything. It can flip to the upside and carry on driving. But it's technically, it's not bouncing off anything at the moment. Okay, price has never stopped here and rejected. It's always came to tap this level every time. Okay, so but it's only happened a few times. So this is what I'm saying. The probabilities are a lot less. It's only happened a few times. So we are expecting this to flip and drive, but if it does come back down for a bottom wick, could we get in? Now let's go down the lower time frames. So 3 closed at a bottom wick, not much of a bottom wick, and then we flip to the upside. The 3 is not really giving us much, but it's very similar. It's got to be that now. Just seeing one here. I was thinking, would I be interested in wing back sell from there? We're too bullish, I think, for a wing back sell. It's a 2 done. 2 hasn't closed yet. We haven't broke the highs. Yeah, the 2 should be filling the range still. We haven't had much of a bottom wick. 1. If this 1 can come up and tap 4105, I might take a sell, believe it, even though I'm very bullish. And the reason being is I can see he's getting a rejection from this level, and then that would initiate the pullback on the 4 back down to these levels where I'd look at taking buys. But this 1 can easily drive up. So what it is, I really like the buys, but we can't get in on the buys at the moment because we've nearly filled the range. We've only got this and this to go off, so it's pretty difficult to get in. If this 1 closes bullish and I get a steep bottom wick, at least the body, then I might have a buy stop above to come up. Yeah. But if this 1 comes straight through, then I can't hit the buys unless I get probably forward closures above these levels, which obviously I've got to go at 9 o'clock. So then I am expecting rejection from these levels. So could have been potentially take the sell. Interesting. Yeah. So basically, we are not fully right. Price is going to do this. Let's get in on this. We sort of know what price should do, but how do we get in? We can't get in at the moment. There's no setups for us, right? But we have got potential, so we might just need more candles to print. And this is the thing with your top-down analysis. You're going from all the way from the higher time frame all the way down. Straight away, you're looking at setups on the 4, which we're looking at wing back buys, and then you go down, try to find setups. And then you might get the point where we are now. Okay, we might have to wait for more candles to print. Or if price does do this, then I'll do this. Okay, so that's a top-down analysis on it. It's like reading the book, so you get the story before making a decision what the ending is going to be like. Okay, so that is a top-down analysis on gold fear. If price pushes back down, I'm looking at taking buys from here, because that would be the 4-hour flip. If this 1 hour does come up, I'm potentially going to take a sell from 4105 to then come back down to these levels, but it is a counter trend trade. So this is where you've got to weigh up your probabilities and also what you're willing to risk to see if you're right. And yeah, if the one closes bullish and I get a steep bottom wick, then yes, we could potentially take the buys up. That's probably the only way I would get in, but I'd need a steep bottom wick. And a steep bottom wick for me would be, if this one closes like this, for example, I'd need at least the body getting tapped with the new candle. Ideally, we can break the lows and then flip perfect. But because you'd want to rule out the fake out, so a lot of the time gold does this. You close bearish, you create a minor support here, and then what price does, it closes bullish, breaks out to the upside, and people think that's a continuation, which times it is, but a lot of the time it will then fake out back to the downside, and then that whole move, that fake out here, this is now the pullback on the 4 hour, and then once we come down to here, we're obviously then looking at rejection on the 4 hours for the 4 hour to then flip to the upside to fill the rest of the range, which it hasn't done, which is here. So I would much prefer the buys from around these levels. Yeah, that's what we've got on gold. Let's do a top-down analysis. We've got 13 minutes for a 1 hour close, so we might have some potential setups. Let's do a top-down on Nas. Now, the difference between Nas and gold, what I've noticed is Nas is similar. It doesn't move as aggressive as gold, but what it's really good at is it really respects zones on the 1 hour time frame. Really respects the zones on the 1 hour time frame. So it's quite nice like that. Let's have a look at the monthly. So monthly, very, very bullish. And then we're in this month. We've got 10 days left of this monthly to come. And we haven't closed bearish yet. But it'd be a good sign if the monthly does close bearish. You've then got the weeklies. We've had 3 bearish candles. Okay. So it doesn't really give us much apart from where can we see our levels on the weekly. Well, this is what's difficult, especially when there's a gap there. Where would you put these levels? Would you put it here? Would you put it there, there? Or is it down here on the next level? Where would you put the levels? This is what's difficult when it's all-time highs, because you can't identify your zones. So weekly is a bit of a difficult one. All we know is there is a rejection from here. Yeah, there is a rejection from here, clear rejection. Don't know where it goes down to. However, we know we have rejected from here, so we've got to use this as a level. Now, if this is a level on the weekly, where are we at with price? Well, price is currently here. This is where price is now. We get the moving candle. Where is price? Well, price is still technically in this range. This is the range price is in. So if we close respecting here, we could potentially see this weekly flip back to the upside and end up bullish because we're still respecting. We haven't broke into this lower range yet. Then we say, okay, well, if this weekly is going to flip to the upside to fill the rest of the range, which is this level, we've got 3 days left to do it. What would the dailies have to look like from here? Well, we would need to see something like, there's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So could we get that on the daily? So if we go on the daily time frame, could we get that with the next few candles? So is this daily going to end up maybe like that, closing back into the zone? And then this daily, and then this daily. So that's 3 more days left of the weekly. So could we expect that over the next 3 days? Potentially, yeah, because the weekly hasn't closed yet. If the weekly closes below this level, then obviously we're in the lower range and we're looking to push down. But currently, if we act upon what we see, price can technically pull all the way back up because of the weekly time frame. So if price is going to pull back up, how would we get in on this then? Well, we could just wait for a daily bullish close, and that daily can land anywhere just as long as it closes bullish. If it closes bullish, simple buys up tomorrow and Friday. Fairly straightforward. I'm on all day tomorrow and Friday. Or I've just realised 2 seconds, guys. Just need to. Or how high, if we think this daily is going to pull all the way back to these levels, which is previous support. I go like that. Yeah, we could maybe do that. If we think this daily is going to pull back, could we take buys up on the lower time frame? Maybe we probably could. Okay, we're on. Yeah. Okay, so could we look at smaller time frames to push up? Now we've got to look at where the dailies land. Has the daily closed respecting any levels? Well, we've got a level here where we're bouncing in between. Broke below that. The next level for this is here. Here. And we've closed. We haven't closed. We've closed respecting, but we haven't closed bullish yet. So once we get a bullish close, I think I'll just be taking buys up. Because if we get that bullish close and we're right on the weekly, technically, let's say this daily closes like this, similar to this, okay? So it closes like that tonight. We shouldn't be breaking this low again. Shouldn't be breaking this low. So stops for me would just be the low. Because if we break the low, we're probably just wrong. That means the weekly is probably going to carry on. But if the weekly is going to flip to the upside, then once we have that daily bullish close, that would probably confirm and initiate the move to push up. Then I'm looking at maybe a bottom wick next daily to start pushing up to the upside. So I really like this. Tomorrow will be pretty nice depending on this daily close. I'm just trying to see if this daily could come all the way back up. I'm not sure it can. Because again, we're in all-time highs. We've only got this level to go off here. And really this is the only time where we've came down and closed around here. So we've only got this to go off. So 100% of the time, yes, we reject from here. It's only happened once. Let me just check gold quickly, guys, because we did have a little pump up there. looks like it's broke the high. We didn't quite get up, did we? Yeah, I think we need a bullish close on the one. So yeah, if the daily, so we're looking at a daily close. Once we get that daily close, that should initiate the weekly flipping back to the upside. Okay, we've had a nice liquidity grab as well, which is good. In regards to getting in on the lower time frames, I'm not sure because this daily technically hasn't closed yet. So this daily can easily flip and push further down if it wants to. But I don't know if I would take the sells because we're still respecting this level. So let's just have a quick glance. Lower time frames, the full close bullish. We mark this area up here. So let's get down, broke the lows, back above. I think if this 4 closes like this, and I get a steep bottom wick where I break the low, so break this previous low here, I'd have a buy stop on. If not, I'll just wait for the daily for tonight to close. But if the 4 closes bullish like this and I get a steep bottom wick, breaks the low, then if price does come back up, I'm expecting price to then drive and push. That's probably the only way I would look at getting in on Nas at the moment, just because it's in this area. So it's similar to this, okay? Similar to this. We sort of rejected, come back down, and then we had a bullish close, what broke out, which is here. So if I can get a steep bottom wick and break the lows, I'll then have a buy stop above the 4, and then look what the 4s did, came through. The only thing is, we might have to move this to here. Next range. So yeah, that's the only way I would probably get in on Nas, is the 4. But the 4 was not closing until 10 o'clock, which I'll be bloody gone. I've got to go at 9, guys. I've got a ladies football match against Liverpool today. If you're just joining me on TikTok or YouTube, I coach a part-time job. Coach a ladies football team, which we go all over the country. Unfortunately, I've got a match today in Liverpool, which is 2.5 hours away after 12 kick-off, so I won't be on by then. However, forward bullish close, bottom wick, break the lows, then I would have a buy stop on, and only then. Okay, happy with that? Here's the thing, there's no point going down the lower time frames because we need some confluence. Price can just really mess about in here. If we go down the lower time frames and look for setups, anything can happen. I think once the 4 closes bullish, because we are bearish on the 4. Just have a look at this though, because if this 4 does flip, I don't know how to take the sells. Push 3, 2, 1. Nah, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, that's the only way I would get a trade on Nas. Forward bullish close, steep bottom wick with a low, I'd have a buy stop on. Take partial move to break even would be here. And then the expecting price, because remember the weekly range. If we go back to the weekly, this is my weekly target. So we'll change this to purple. If this weekly is going to flip, where is it going? Well, we could flip and push all the way back up to 25892. So if we know we can push all the way up there, we know if we get a bullish daily close, if this daily is going to push back up and maybe fake out on this daily, could we catch it? And if that daily is going to do that, then the 4 hour should do what I've said. And if it doesn't, it means you're going to have to wait for a daily bullish close and then bottom wick, and you could just take it off the daily really. But yeah, it looks pretty nice as long as price is going to do that. But that's the only way I would get in. I'd be very careful in and around here. You could get caught out. So yeah, 10 o'clock. Unfortunately, I won't be here. But that's what we've got on NAS. So gold. Oh, look at price now. We've got potential setups on gold. Buys from 4076 I'm looking at, or 4067 for buys up, because we haven't filled the range as of yet. And NAS, we're going to have to wait for a 4-hour close. If you're wondering what that trade is on my screen, $65 up. This is my Euro USD swing trade. Okay, just missed our second entry. We did have a second entry on here, so I'm looking at price coming all the way through to 1.1308 on Euro USD. Okay, right guys, I hope you enjoyed the top-down analysis. Now let's just see if we can grab something. 8 o'clock, the hour's about to close, and I am on earlier today. Normally I start at 8, but I am on earlier because I've got to cut away. I thought we'd get the top-down analysis out of the way, see if we can grab something, and then go from there. So let's confirm this 4. We're back on gold now, guys, right? Back on gold. The only time we've rejected from around these levels is here. We push down and tap and come back up. And also here, what did price do? Came down, tapped, and then flipped to fill the rest of the range. What else? And then here, price comes down, taps both of these levels, and then carries on to fill the rest of the range. And we didn't really close in a round, but let's say this one, and then price just carried on pushing. But all these areas, what they have in common, they all tap this level before doing something. Yeah, they all tap this level before deciding what it's doing. We haven't tapped it yet. So that could tell me that, okay, well, we need to tap it. So could this just be the forward pullback? Or is this 6 going to flip? I do think the 6 is... The 6 hasn't closed yet, right? And the 6 is doji. I think if I can go down a lower time frames to 15 and have a look what price looks like. So yeah. So if we mark up the 15, that's the 15-minute time frame for me. Our managed risk, if the 15 closes below, we could just look to get out. But if we mark up these areas where price, so here, straight back, tap, 15 doesn't close below. Got another area where we pop down, tap, 15-minute doesn't close below, pulls back. Same passing to break it around here. What else have we got? Down, 15 does close below, comes back up. Second entry. Got up. Tap. Yeah, I think I'm going to get this on, guys. Actual second entry as well at 4066. The only issue I've got is the 6 can still flip the downside. We haven't closed bullish on the 6 yet. That's my only downside. But the way to get out is if the 15 closes below. Let me just check the 30. Is a bit. See, the 30s can actually close below. Excuse me. Let me just mark this up. This is a little trick to work out. If you want to look at a lower time frame, price to sort of pull back, just highlight it with a box, and you can go to them levels. You can see what price is doing on maybe the 15, things like that. So this is that area. Good morning, who's that?
It's the Golden Goose.
No Golden Goose. I'm on a bit early this morning, mate, because I've got to bloody go at 9 o'clock.
Oh, disgusting.
I know. It's because the girls told me yesterday kick off at 12, but it wasn't until late. 12 in Liverpool, which is 2.5 hours. So, yeah, but we've got a potential buy on gold here. Yeah, I think if the 15
Yeah,
closes
I was looking at a buy, to be fair, but I was looking at a 4-hour buy, but it's just I don't like the fact that it hasn't closed above a key support level.
Well, yeah, the 4-hour hasn't filled its range, so like we haven't tapped this level yet. So unless we're going to get a fake out on the 4, which could do, but you know, it's one thing we can't sort of preempt. But the 6 could still flip to the downside. Could still flip. However, the 6 for me is closed nest player. So you've got a level here, then you close doji, and that created the nest player. So I don't think, if we're going to fake out, I think the 6 is still going to close bullish, and then the new 6 would then do that. Yeah. But that's still 2 hours left. So for me, I still think we're going to push further. All the time frames really. What's this one? Yeah, all the time frames really. Price it's never rejected from here. Never. It's always tapped this level, 4105, and we haven't tapped it. However, I say this, like I got out similar not that long ago, but 2 hours got no top wick. Opened up no top wick. 4 needs a pullback, would be tapping previous support. Tap, reject. 2, 1. We could maybe go off the 1 hour time frame. Let me have a look at the 1. So if the 1 closes below this level, maybe what happens to price? Yeah, tap straight back up. Doesn't break below. Downside is the 1 can sort of really drive down. That's coming from these heights. See, the 1 did close below here, but still played out. So yeah, I think if the 1 closes below, I'd look to manage risk on that. Okay, so yeah, at the moment, guys, I've got a wing back buy from here. Wing back buys, potential second entry down in these levels. And 15. Yeah. So ideally, what we want now is a big pushing candle. Big pushing candle, the tap, reject. Tap, pull back, straight back up. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm after. Alright, I'm gonna get this on the trade IDs, guys. How are you doing, John?
Yeah, not too bad.
Not too bad, eh?
Yeah, not too bad. Well, this week I am fucking like $15 in profit because it's just been a bit. I mean, I've had to, because we got the tipper back. I've only been able to really jump on for sort of like a couple of hours because I've had so much to do in the morning, and I've spotted a couple of trades which have all played out, but I've not taken them because there have just been little inconsistencies. Like one was counter trend, another one was like a 0.3, just like maybe this closed right and that closed right, but that didn't, like contradiction type stuff. And I've kind of set them up to see if they did play out, and they all did, annoyingly, but they didn't tick all of my boxes, sort of thing. So ended up not taking them. And then I had a nice trade on yesterday, a really nice trade to be fair, but it took fucking it took like till 12:30, and 12:30 was my cut off because there was news at 1, or red folder news at 1, and I closed out with a $7 profit, and then news just made it flew through my take profit. So
Yeah.
I was just like, for fuck's sake.
But John, 2
Yeah,
minutes.
so
Taylor's
this
taxis
week's
here.
just been a bit shite again.
John, sorry mate, give me 1 minute. Taylor's taxi's here. I've just got to take it to the taxi in 2 minutes. Eating hot. Sorry, John.
Yeah, no, this week's just been a bit pants, really.
Yeah.
Bloody last week was pants as well. Like, again, I hardly made any fucking money just because it's. I don't know. I've just not done that well this month so far. Like, I haven't lost money. Like,
Yeah.
I have taken trades and I haven't lost money. My consistency's come down a little bit, which is nice, but I just haven't made any money either.
When you get weeks like this, it's just about staying in the game, really. As long as you're staying in the game.
Yeah, I've stayed in the game. It's just frustrating because, as I said the other week, it's
Stand by, guys. We
I
might be
need
getting in
more.
here. Yeah, I know what you mean. I feel like I haven't been on the bloody charts. Where's this here? But ideally, if the 15 closes below, guys, I'm going to wait for a bit, right? 4076. Stop loss is 4054. Go on. There's 15 taps I'm going to be getting in.
What, the wing back?
Yeah, wing back buy. If there's 15 taps this level, I'm going to be getting in. And if the 15 closes below, what do we take the 15? Because when the 15s close below, it does look like they can come back further. I'm expecting rejection base. This 15's got no top wick, which is nice. And we didn't break a high. So yeah, I'm really liking this so far. 105, 8.
Were you gonna do a mark and execute, or are you looking at a limit?
Well, I'm gonna put a limit order on the trade ideas, but I'll, you know me, I'll just mark it execute.
Morning, gents.
Morning, Andre. How are you doing?
Alright. Good.
27088. Post. So ideally, we want this 15 to close respecting, and then the next 15 pop down. And pop down, next 15 pops down, activators, then flips, comes back up. But if not, ideally this 15 can tap it for us. That's what I would like. The one's got no top wick. think we manage risk if the one closes below. If the one closes below here, I look to manage risk. We just edit this. Edit. Below 4081. 5, entry 40676.2. Lovely. Come on, the 15. Come on, the 15. What we'll do, we'll have a potential second entry, but if the one closes below, we won't be taking it. But if we do get a nice pop down, because there is an area where you can pop straight through. Where is that area? Let's have a look. Here. And the 15 actually closes below. So the 15 does actually close below, but you can still pop through. And then 15 back in. So yeah, I like it. But it's more off the forward, this, guys. It's more off the forward time frame. So ideally, we get this 15-minute close respect, a new one can pop down for us. Yeah.
What's the target there?
The target is the weekly, Andre. So this is what I've got, right? Weekly can easily flip now to the upside, right? And if the weekly is going to flip, you're going to get 50% at least of this wick filled. Okay. My target is 4274 for the weekly, and if the weekly is going to do that, then the dailies technically should carry on. If the weekly is going to flip, this daily should carry on to the upside today. And also Thursday and Friday if the weekly is going to do that. Because we have hit a support level now on the daily and we closed bullish. We've had a bottom wick and then we flip it to the upside, which is along with the weekly. So my target is actually all the way. You could use the 4270 targets if we've hit it right. But definitely you should be coming up to 4149. That's what I've got. Yeah, we ideally want this 15 to pop down and not come back up and take this top wick.
Yeah.
We don't want that. We want a nice pop down. Second. Needed. Chief needed. 4066 4066 84. Stop loss would be the same. Take partial move to break even on the second one. Be 0.76. Okay, that's what I've got going on, guys. I've got to go at 9 o'clock, 10 to 9 even, because I've got a match in Liverpool. And the time is normally later, but it's 12:30. To be honest, I'm surprised it's still on. We've got really bad weather here. Really, we've got like yellow storm warnings.
Yeah.
My flag nearly disappeared yesterday, Andre. I've got a pole, it was just like that, proper bending, just like me. So yeah, if the one closes below this level, I'll look to manage risk. Now the 6 could catch us out where the 6 could flip to the downside, but I do feel we've closed nest play on the 6. So we had the only level we've got on the 6 is this here. We had a close above and then we had a doji candle. That's a typical nest play. Okay, so even if we're going to fake out with the new 6, I still think this 6 would stay bullish and then the next 6 would then fake out if we were going to come down. But I'm just not sure we're going to come down. I think this 6 now, where could this 6 go? Well, if this 6 is going to carry on, which we know price can carry on. Look at these 6s, massive 6s. So this 6 could easily carry on, and that would help the 4 to flip to the upside if we're going to flip, because the 4 for me hasn't filled the range 4105. So what are we rejecting off here? I'm not sure we're going to reject from off here. I think this is just the pullback of the 4. We broke out, tapping previous support, ready to flip. So that's the whole idea, and there's still an hour and 40 left of the 4. So if the 4 is going to flip, what would the hours look like? Well, we've got 2 hours left. So this hour could flip to the upside maybe, but probably not. Let's say the hour closes bearish. Could we see 1 hour candle do that? Let's have a look left. Well, we had a decent sized candle here. Got another decent sized candle there straight through. This one came from here to here. So yeah, we could see. Excuse me. These ones didn't do it. Another decent sized candle through. So yeah, I think I'm pretty confident we could do that. What we don't want to see though is the 15 come and take this no top wick. So we don't want this 1 hour to flip. Ideally, we don't want this 1 hour to flip to the upside. We don't want this is an advantage point. Price is gonna have to come back to this at some point. Okay. So I was hoping we could pop down to here and then come up. That's a bit of a pain in the ass if it does that. What we could do is if the 15 does come and take that, it might mean that this is where we're rejecting from and not here. So how could we get in then? Well, it's going to make it hard now. We would need some sort of bullish close, maybe the 15. If the 15 closes like this in 9 minutes, could we get if we get a bottom wick, and then could we get a buy stop above, as long as we've got this advantage point? So we really don't want this 15 to take this advantage point, which it could easily do. Okay, so yeah, that's what I've got going on. That's what I've got going on.
Julio, mate.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
Nas is really nice if we get a daily close. So if we get this daily close on Nas, because Nas is similar with the weekly. So for me, the weekly, you've got a minus support here, and we didn't close below it. So this weekly could flip to the upside at any point. And if it is going to flip to the upside, what would the dailies look like? Well, I would expect, there's 3 days left, I would expect, obviously a bullish close. If we get a bullish close here, the only place we're copying is this level. And then I could expect the next daily, and the weekly flipping to drive back up. So that would be really nice. So tomorrow should be pretty nice on that. I'm on all day tomorrow and Friday and the next week got now else on, which is great. So back at it. So yeah,
I've only got like a load of kind of like wasting to do today, so you know I'm gonna probably spend a bit of time on the chart.
We could make it a date, couldn't we? Could make it a date. Shall I bring the candles?
Mate, I need to make some bloody money. That's all I need.
This is not what we want.
I'm at that point where I need to get a decent trade on.
That's a bad place to be, mate.
Yeah, it is.
Don't trade from a place of need. You're gonna fuck it up.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I'm in that mindset where I don't, you know what I mean. I can't describe it. Like, you know, I don't sit there and think I have to put a trade on, you know, but I need one. Like,
same difference, mate.
Yeah.
it's not because I'm aware that needing a trade and can lead to forcing a trade, and I'm not going to force a trade. You know what I mean? I'm only going to take trades that line up perfectly with all of my criteria.
Good.
Yeah.
Did you take the trade yesterday? I think you posted in the morning. Potential.
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I did take it, but I cancelled out of it at 12:30
Okay.
at $7 profit because of news. So,
But hey, what news is that? Because I didn't see any news or any high impact news
Yeah, it was on some Forex Factory. I use Forex Factory as
But
well.
I never look at them. I look at the what's that other one? The
IFX ball.
no, or Forex Factory. There's nothing showing for yesterday.
There was. It's sometimes it. I don't know. Sometimes it just I mean, but it,
No,
I don't
no
know,
red,
sometimes
no
it
red
is,
news.
but
No red news.
there was 100% red news. Definitely red news.
But then also on FTMO, they email me when there's high impact news the next day, and I also look at the calendar each day, and there was nothing for yesterday.
Well, like I said, I did see red news yesterday on
Right.
Forex
Okay.
Factory.
Yeah.
So at 1 o'clock, so I ended up
Fair enough.
coming at 12:30, and then it literally, as soon as it fucking hit 1 o'clock, it just went straight to TP.
Yeah, but it could have gone the other way, right? So
Exactly, yeah. And that's the risk I don't want to take, because
Yeah,
I've done that before.
Mhm.
I've held out on news before, and it's just tanked
Mhm.
like that, and it's just not worth it.
Definitely not.
The thing is, I know I can. The difference is that I know I can catch a good trade. I know I can. I've done it loads of times. And I will. I'm sure I will catch one, but it's just frustrating because I didn't have a good week last week.
Yeah.
I haven't had a good week this week so far. Last week, I think I missed like probably more than that, 4 of Nate's trades because I just wasn't looking at gold at the time. I was looking at Nas at the time that it bloody broke out, and I sort of ended up missing a couple of other of my trades because, like, the criteria wasn't perfect, but literally all of them laid out. It's just last week wasn't that great either, and this week's just been a bit of a bummer so far as well. So, but I'm hoping that'll get a nice trade on at some points this week.
Fingers crossed, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I had a trade lined up yesterday, but again, it wasn't like perfect. Like, it wasn't a trade that I could sit there and go, right, okay, I'm 100% confident that it's going to hit it. It was more like it should hit it, but I'm not entirely sure trade.
Yeah,
I don't like taking those trades either.
like, I hope it will hit it.
Yeah, I don't like hopium.
No.
So yeah, it's just been a bit of a bummer so far for me. And yesterday I had to kind of come off the charts early because I had fucking loads of work to do. But today I'm not at customers today. It's more like I've got like loads of like wasting I need to do. So there's no like time sensitive issue that I need to do.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So I could stay on until like fucking 12, 1 o'clock if I want to.
Yeah.
As long as I get the wasting done today. It won't take long.
Yeah, well, I'm on tomorrow. I'm back on it. Back on tomorrow.
Yeah, the only positive about sort of all the stuff that's been going on really with my trading is I have been taking trades, but I've just sort of haven't been making money either. Like, I hit break even last week. I think I did get a trade on last week, but it only took me to break even because I also had a losing trade last week.
Yeah.
There's a reason why my consistency's come down a little bit. Well, my consistency's come down to like 51%, I think. So
You need the 50% for payout, or what's it?
no, I need fucking 20%.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, 55% I'm at the moment.
Hands full, Andre.
Oh my god, you've no idea.
The hands full.
Another week and a half, then she starts at the daycare.
Yeah, counting down the days.
It's weird because it's like yes and no. I love it, but it's also you know, when I just feel frustrated with lots of things.
I know.
And, you know, when I feel like I'm finally getting some strategies nailed down, but then you don't get the time to to really sit there. Like I can sit there and watch the chart now, but then, you know, you can bet your ass the moment that, you know, when the candle closes and I have to be there, you know, to line up the trade.
Yeah.
Mate, that's literally where I've been for the last like week and a half. It has been ruthless.
Yeah. Like yesterday, I was literally sitting there like begging her, "Give me 2 minutes, please, baby. Give me 2 minutes." And then she adds a nap during the period where the markets are like, you know, nothing happening.
Because this 15's done my head in. So look, we've probably missed this move here. And that 15's took our advantage point away. So that means the one's flipping. There's an hour and a half left of this. How can we get in on this? So if the 4 is going to flip, could we not just get a buy stop off the 4? I think I'd like to see how the 2 is going to close. Yeah, I think if the 2 closes below, that's when I'd look to delete. At the moment, I'm just not sure we're going to come back down. This is the thing. 4 is going to flip now, and then the 1 closes bullish like so. We've got no advantage apart from after the high. I don't like how big of a bottom wick that's. Hey, Daddy Daycare.
Yeah.
Daddy Daycare, Andre. Might as well start a business, Andre. Daddy Daycare. Don't.
I love the little ones, but Jesus, the whole day. A whole bunch of them. I like it when I go to a date. But not. No, I don't think I'll be able to do that as a full-time job.
Yeah. We might have missed this, guys. I can't really get in on here. If the 15 can come and tap maybe the body, yeah, then I would have a buy stop above this 15 with stops just below the 15, because we're basically saying if we do flip back, so what we're after is if this 15 comes down, taps this level, I'll have a buy stop on, and then if we do flip, we're saying that we're not coming back down, we are flipping, because that's the move to fill the rest of the range. So that's what I'm looking at. If we do pop down and we tap these levels just a bit, we've got less probability because we took an advantage point away. But if we're still going off the 4 hour, then if the 4 hour closes below, which is not the next hour, there's an hour and a half left. If the hour closes below, I'll look to manage risk. It's a bit tricky now, so I was hoping this would tap us. We just gotta wait here, guys. What's going on here? Order on it. Today I had Mason's football late last night. Freezing it was. Knackered. Okay, we're popping down. Can we pop? Okay, this is not bad. Let's see what we do here. 15 did close back above. That's done. Lovely. Okay, I think I'm gonna have a. What's this? Yeah, I'm gonna have a buy stop above this 30, guys. 50%. So I'm gonna have a buy stop above. Stops for me. Just be the low of the 15, really. Yeah. So I'll have a stop loss. I've still got these on mine, right? When I like this now and all. You can come back down now. Yeah, let's get this on first. Buy stop. Zero. Zero. The only issue we've got, we haven't really got an advantage point as such. The advantage point is the high. That's it. We break the high. Once we break the high, that's where we'll go risk free. If we break that, we will tip our about to break even. Yeah, that's what I've got here. So this would be the 30 closed bullish. The issue with the 30, we sort of closed this play, but this 30 range is not what we call Pukagen no wazis. Pukagen no wazis. Now that we've had a bottom wick, you would say, well, if we are going to flip, we're likely flipping because we're now coming up to break the highs. That's it. That's what we're going off. But this wing back is still on, but if the hour closes below, we don't get activated, we'll probably delete. The hours don't seem to close below. I think they did once actually, didn't they? Yeah. But look what this hour done, close respected, pop down. So yeah. That's what I've got going on, guys. I want to quickly get this on the trade ID if this does flip.
So we've got two wingbacks and one buy stop.
And one buy stop, yeah. And if you get activated on one of them, you just delete the others if you want. If you don't want to have the risk, it's completely up to yourself. I am a bit good about that 15. That 15 would have been nice. But you've had a nice pullback now. If you think about this 30 flipping now, is this the point? The more this drops and then flips, the better it is for us. But is this now the 50% wick fill? And if you do flip, the likelihood of us now pushing up is pretty good. Really, it's pretty high, I would say. So yeah, it goes below 4081. Buy stop. Stop. Off 15. Amen. Stop entry would be 4088. Stop loss would be 4080. 3 TP1 be 4097. 0 TP2 is the same. 22 would be the same. Now we delete this if 15 doesn't flip. If the 15 closes bearish, we delete. Because if the 15 closes bearish, what could happen with the next 15? Up, break the high, and then flip. However, however, we could come up, break the high, and then flip. But also, you could just pop through because of the 30. But do you wait for this? Do you now wait? What? Okay. So if the 15 does close bearish, what would that mean then? Would we then still get that? But you do run a risk of getting took down. We went for the 30, but the 30 could just flip and rise. Let me see if I can work out this 30 range. Yeah, if the 15 closes bearish, guys, I'm going to be deleting this, right? I'll wait. It could still flip and drive up though, but I think I'm going to wait. I didn't want price to come down. What time is it? 22. I posted this. Come on, the 50. Come on, I've only got 2.5% risk on this one. Yeah. 5%. So yeah, tomorrow will be normal time, 8 a.m. And I'll be on for the full morning really. Same as Friday, and then all next week I should be on. It will be back to normal jogging. Back to normal jogging.
Alrighty.
Alrighty. One hasn't closed yet. Minutes left for this one to close. So if this is the pullback and the one closes respecting this, next one bullish but doesn't drive on that one, still bullish, push to this level, and then the next one is the one what does it. We got news today. Yeah, see, this is what we don't want. You think if this one closes like this and then price breaks the pushes up top wick, would activate our 15-minute and then take us down. So obviously we don't want that. It's a bit of a swoop entry. We're breaking the lows. This is lovely. This is lovely, guys. I will be getting in on.
What are you getting? A buy? Market order buy?
It should be market execute really. What's the tap this level? I can't remember what bloody lot I was using. The thing what could catch us out is the 6 hour. If the 6 hour is going to flip, that's it. Can't see this 15 flipping though, guys. What's happen, is it?
No, I've cancelled my stop.
1 minute left. Could you see 1 minute candle like this?
It can happen.
Can
I'm going to change it to happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, enjoy.
Yeah. Now the 30 could still flip though. The 30 could still flip. But what you're running the risk of. Yeah, the 30 can still flip, but what you're running the risk of is this 15 coming up, breaking the highs. It might need to break the low again. So you're going to get stopped on this. I would prefer if the next 15 can come down, I'd take the wing back buy up, because you might need to break the lows. So if this 15 can still close respecting this level, then the next 15 pops down, breaks the lows, closes respecting, and then we start making our way up. Yeah, so I'm going to delete this buy stop, guys. Delete. This is no longer for me. I want to see if we can get a pop down, but oh, look at my EU trade here, guys. EU. Iron. Go on, sunshine, get down there. That's my, I'm currently up $77 on this, so this is a bit of a swing trade. Yeah, I'm looking at price coming all the way down to 108.77. We just missed our second entry. Yeah, just missed our second entry. But yeah, we're looking good. We're up $77 so far.
Loves a good swing, then, yeah.
I don't really. Rare that I do swings. Can we get a pop down here? It's lovely. I mean, if that's there, you can close like that. Then we fake out back in. That'd be really nice. Okay, stand by. We might get activated here. See how we just took the advantage point away, and now we're like, oh, we've got to be a bit more cautious. We're still respecting this level. Now, if we close bullish here, doji, I would then need a break the lows. I think we need to break the lows one more time, to be honest, to come back up. But if we do close bullish, like that, if the next 15 then comes down, breaks a low, you could have another buy stop above the 15, but you probably get activated off the wing back. These guys, it might be a case we get in, I'll leave it with yous. Okay, I'll leave it with yous, and I'll manage it in the trade ideas on the school community. Say you, say me. Hold on, can we get a nice pop down? If I broke the low, let's pop into this area, back up. Ideally, I want to come straight through. If we can come straight through, and then reject the 4. The only issue we've got is the 4's going into the last hour. So for this 4 to come down, there's an hour and 12 minutes left of the 4. So for this 4 to come down to here and then still flip, is it enough time? Is it enough time? Because we would have to look. Ideally, we would need this one to pop down and then pull back. But there's only 12 minutes left of it. So is it enough time? So I'm not sure we're going to get to the second wing back area. I mean, this one did it. This one came from here, popped down, tapped, pulled back, closed respected. Then he had a breakout in. That means the 4 would be closing bearish at that point. So I'm not sure we're going to get this unless the 4 is going to fake out and really do it. So yeah, we want to just get this tapped, and then the last one drives up, flips the 4. We would only need a 1 hour candle. Let's say this one pops down, extends the wick, closes respected, and then we would need a 1 hour candle, ideally straight through. That's what we would need on the 4, which we know can do that, to be fair. It can. So let's see. But I can't stay around to manage it. So I really want to get activated here. If you wanna know, got Lionel Richie in my head. I don't mean physically, right? I mean these songs are in my head.
Yeah.
Where's this second one? This second entry would be here. Wait a minute. You say me. So this would be the daily. So this will be going with the daily trend. This will be the weekly as well. The weekly was bullish. We create a bottom wick for this. So I can't really see this weekly coming back down. Really, if this weekly came down and took the bottom wick of this weekly, so I am expecting this weekly to flip and drive to the upside. But it's just a case of how do we get in. So I'm expecting the daily to carry on to the upside today. Then we've got Thursday and Friday, 2 more days. So I'm looking at a continuation, really. It's just a case of how far is this daily going to go. That's what I'm expecting of the dailies because of the weekly flipping. And the 6 closed nest play, but we've already pushed up. So we sort of mixed that move on the 6. So the 6 can still flip to the downside, but we do feel it's a nest play, which helps us. And then the 4 closed heavily bullish, but we know how gold works, right? Gold does this a lot. It can create structure, then it'll have 1 candle break above, and then you can fake out with the next 4. Does it a lot of the times. So yeah, that could catch us out with the 4. But the thing what's helping us, I'm not sure we're going to get that, is we're not actually bouncing off anything. There's nothing here. We've never rejected from here. We've already rejected from here. That tells me that we probably need to flip on the 4, unless we close bearish, and then the next 4 is the one what comes up. But unfortunately, we can't. You know, we'd have to wait. So I am expecting a flip on the 4. 3 is the same situation. We broke above this level. We should flip. We're testing previous support now. 2. We closed bearish. The zones on the 2 are tricky. As long as we don't close below here on the 2, we should be good. There's still another hour and 7 minutes, but we can close respecting before the move up. But that would be the 4 closing bearish. Would the trade still be valid if the 4 closes bearish? Yeah, it could. You've got a bullish close here, and then you had a bearish 4. That's probably what's waiting for, guys. The 4. So I don't think we're going to drive until the new 4, and then you push up. Interesting. That makes sense why we're not popping and flipping. And if we're just wrong, if the 6 is going to flip and drive down, we're just wrong. We're not interested. So I'm just thinking, could we move stops? No, so probably not. I'm not happy with stops there. So yeah, it might be a case of just leaving it on this, guys. I think it's going to be. So my managed risk is if the 1 closes below here, it's sort of still valid as long as the 4 doesn't close below there. So you can potentially just go off the 4 The 4 closes below here, you can look to manage risk and get out. But I'd probably go off the 1. Yeah, if the 1 closes below, just maybe get out. Because if the 1 does close below here, what I would then wait for, the 1 closes below here, let's say it takes us in drawdown, right? What I would wait for then is, if I get a 1 back above, that's when I'd be looking at getting in. Because to close back above after being below, there's only one reason: we need to break these highs and fill the range. So that's what I'd look to do. I'm up $83 on my Euro USD. Nice. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna love yous and leave yous. I've still got this on because what could happen here if the 15 closes bullish, you can also take the next 15. If this next 15 comes down, I would need a break of the lows though. If I break this low, you can have a buy stop off the 15. Okay, but if we break the low, I would think we're probably going to tap to then flip. Okay, so yeah, there's loads of potential here. Loads of potential. Yeah, what if this 15 does? Look, you made me stay now and I've got to go. Make me stay. I would probably take that, guys. I don't think I'm going to have time to do it. If this 15 closes bullish, wait for a bottom wick, tap the body at least, right? I know I said break the lows. I think it's going to break the lows, but you could probably still go as long as you get a pullback. There's your advantage point. As soon as you break this high, go risk free. But that would probably initiate the push. You could have stops just below the low then. A bit of a swoop entry, better entry field. But at the moment, I've still got these on until the 1 closes below, really. Yeah. Any questions before I go? Oh,
No, it sounds good.
2 minutes, because I might be on seeing sort of message off the girls here. Oh, what's up, baby?
A message off the girls to say, yeah, it's been cancelled, stay on and trade.
Yeah. Yeah, right. I'm going to love you and leave you, guys. I will see you tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow. I'll keep this updated in the school community if there's any changes. But yeah, I hope this plays out for you.
Go on, Shagger.
I'll see you tomorrow. Catch you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye, 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 bye.
Yeah, see you in a bit. Bye bye.